Welcome to TrioReviews. Today we will be going over the 10 best mangas to read with amazing animes. Chainsaw Man. Well, what can I say? Chainsaw Man as an anime was a huge success worldwide by Mappa Studios. But what you probably didn't know is the manga actually took the world of manga by storm during its debut in 2018 on Shonen Jump. Chainsaw Man stars Denji, a guy who grew up with a massive debt struggling to pay it back to the Yakuza by working as a devil hunter along with his partner Pachita. But the Yakuza betrayed Denji, joining forces with another devil, killing Denji and Pachita. So, Pachita merges with Denji, forming a contract where Pachita will give Denji his heart and abilities in exchange for letting Pachita see Denji achieve his dreams. Thus, leading to Denji's resurrection and becoming a half-human, half-devil hybrid with the ability to form chainsaws on his arms and head. From then on, Denji joins the government's devil hunting department, killing devils and achieving small naive dreams such as touching a girl's boobs and the likes. So, if you liked watching the anime, you can start reading the manga as it is still being released. For those who have not watched or read Chainsaw Man, you can give it a try by watching the anime first before deciding to read the manga or not. Haikyuu. This is a giant in the sports anime and manga category. Published in 2012, Haikyuu is a down-to-earth story about two young boys aspiring to become pros in the volleyball world when they grow up, and their journey to achieve that dream by pushing each other to become better. Unlike other shonen-style sports mangas and animes, our characters do not have special abilities that are out of this world, unlike shows such as Prince of Tennis where they can cause world extinction events just by hitting a ball. The show shows the duo and Karasuno going up against other teams, gaining experience and growing stronger through each match. Starring Hinata Shoyo, a boy with dreams of playing volleyball for Karasuno, a school with the little giant, a player he looks up to and surpassing him as a player. Hinata is a shorter than average high schooler, often mistaken as a middle schooler with clumsy volleyball skills, but with his athletic and unrivaled reflexes gains the ability to join the team for official matches thanks to Kageyama's ability to set for him. Their rivalry for one another keeps inspiring each other to strive to become the best in the world. As an anime, Haikyuu has 4 seasons spanning from Hinata and Tobio joining Karasuno to playing in Japan's national tournament. For the manga, it has been completed and definitely worth the read, following Hinata and everyone they meet along the way, growing up and becoming prominent figures in the volleyball world as pros and playing on the world stage like the Soccer World Cup that took place recently. Demon Slayer. Written by Koyoharu Gottage, Demon Slayer is a popular modern series that spans from the olden days during the Taisho era around 1912 to modern-day Japan when the manga ends. In 2021, Demon Slayer sold around 30 million copies worldwide after the anime aired on TV around the world. The anime's unique art style for fight scenes and combat skills, combined with its lovable cast, made it stand out amongst the animes that came out around the same time. The story follows Tanjiro Kamado, a boy living in a wooden house with his siblings, coming home to find his family slaughtered by a random demon. Except for Nezuko, his sister, who survived and became a demon. Stricken with grief, hatred, and desire to cure his sister, he sets off on a journey to slay demons, protecting the world infested with demons and turning his sister back to a human, working as part of the Demon Slayer Corps to avenge his family. For the anime, depending on the website, it might be difficult to watch the anime in order, so I suggest Googling the timeline to watch the show in order. On some websites, they don't follow the usual Season 1, Season 2 naming conventions, and use the arc names as titles. So here is the correct order to watch the show. Then, for those who have ships from watching the anime, if you read to the end of the manga, you can find out who ends up with who as well, along with what their kids look like. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Currently, the anime has 2 seasons, with the second season being split into 2 parts. As one of the most popular reincarnation series out there, it has attracted many to start reading the manga, seeing as how most could not wait for the release of the next season. Although the manga releases 1 chapter per month, it is worth the wait since we do not know yet when the next season will be confirmed. Also, if you start reading the manga, you will find out that the story takes a turn from simple and easy to comprehend schemes to showing there is a group of people hidden in the shadows trying to control the continent. Most reincarnation-themed shows, the main character usually dies and is reborn in another world as a human. This story, however, turns Satomikami into a slime when he is reborn into another world. Beginning his journey in the unknown world by meeting Doldora, a powerful dragon, becoming friends and gaining the name Rimuru Tempest. On his journey, Rimuru suddenly becomes a leader of the goblins as a protector and starts gaining more and more followers as the story goes, and later becomes a lord of the nation of monsters. Black Clover. Black Clover started airing in 2017, produced by Studio Pierrot. At first, the story may not be as interesting as others on this list, but if you manage to stick with it, the show becomes a must-watch and addictive to the point where we can't seem to stop. Currently, the anime series is on hiatus with 4 seasons, but is expected to return with Season 5 in the future. In terms of story progression, it has been well done, starting with Asta and Yuno as orphans dreaming of becoming magic knights and ultimately Wizard King. The beginning arcs of the show is similar to Bleach, so if you are okay with or like Bleach, then you should be fine with the story progression rate of Black Clover. At the start, we see them gaining grimoires, taking Magic Knight's exams, getting recruited into the Magic Knight teams. But the difference in treatment between Asta and Yuno are worlds apart. Asta, as someone with no magic, is looked down upon by all and is only accepted into the Black Bulls, the worst Magic Knight squad. Whereas Yuno is gifted and accepted by all squads. As time goes by, we see Asta going through many challenges and lucky encounters, helping him get stronger even without the help of magic. The God of High School. Although this is a bit different from the others since it is a South Korean manhwa. It was released as an anime by MAPPA Studios, a Japanese animation studio that has produced amazing shows like Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and many others. It is worth the watch as it followed in Demon Slayer's new visual animations, gaining Crunchyroll's Anime of the Year award. But suffered some setbacks as reviews state that the staff stuffed too much information into each episode, displaying huge changes in the plot between the episodes. The first half of the series goes over a simple setup. A martial arts tournament is created pitting South Korean high schoolers against each other called the God of High School, with the winner having a wish granted. The story brings alive many folklore gods and demons as entities that form relations with each independent character, granting them powers related to the god or demons they are related to. But as the season comes to an end, the story introduces us to a more complex plot that is taking place in the shadows, and the tournament was just a simple plan they used to find those who have important entities living inside them, making us curious to know what happens next by reading the manhwa. Jujutsu Kaisen. As the astonishing anime that took over the charts, it would not be a surprise for this anime to be on the list since only one season came out with over 200 chapters out right now. Having gained immense popularity with thousands if not millions of people raving over Satoru Gojo. It goes to show how this typical shonen show appeals to young boys in the most classic way, as he is like Naruto in his silliness and other main characters in other aspects. As the story goes, Yuji is given a goal similar to other shonen characters by his grandfather to help those in need, and everyone deserves a proper death. The anime starts off by showing Yuji's normal student life, being physically superior to his peers and breaking world records without even trying, but is later on met by strange occurrences showing him to a world of demons in a setting similar to shamans. After eating a demon finger, Yuji gains tremendous power and enters the mystical academy where he meets his companions and teacher, who are quite similar to Naruto and his team. Fire Force. Contrary to its title, the anime is not about firefighters putting out fires, though it does have a few scenes of that happening during the 2 seasons that has been aired. The story is set in a world where people can spontaneously combust and turn into zombies on fire, and the main job of the fire force is to eliminate those threats ASAP. And of course, in a world where people can turn into flaming zombies, it wouldn't be as epic if our main characters didn't have any. So, the author has set up the stage, giving some people special abilities related to fire as well. Which is quite strange, as they use fire to defeat zombies on fire. Fire Force takes on a typical shonen setting where the hero gets stronger trying to protect the world and saving someone like Naruto. I would recommend watching the first 2 episodes, as they are quite enjoyable and fun. Having 2 seasons, it takes us on a journey on fighting these infernos before moving on to fighting the masterminds behind these events. And although the anime didn't do the manga justice after some time, I would say it is better to just read it instead. Dr. Stone. An anime about Senku, a genius high school student who rebuilds the world after an apocalyptic event takes place, turning everyone on Earth to stone. After several millennia later, Senku awakens and goes to find his friend Taiju, who is the exact opposite of him. And thus, with the brains and the muscles reuniting, they start to rebuild civilization. Having passed several millennia, the world has regressed back to the Stone Age, as everything such as buildings, cars, and such have broken down and covered in moss. So, in order to revive humanity and bring back civilization, Senki uses his knowledge to create mechanisms and chemical formulas to help advance technology. As of right now, the anime has 2 seasons, with the 3rd set to premiere around April 20th, 2023. So, if you have watched it and can't wait to finish the story, you can read the manga. Having finished the story with 232 chapters, you can just read and see if the next season is worth watching or not. This comes mainly from how Dr. Stone seems to be either a love or hate anime because of their over-the-top scenes for Senku making things along with comedic effects. Goblin Slayer. In some aspects, I think the narrative of Goblin Slayer is quite genius. The main character is called Goblin Slayer just like the title, and his main focus as an adventurer is slaying goblins, gaining a lot of fame around the world without even knowing it. Just like most fantasy animes and mangas, the world contains monsters such as goblins. But this anime focuses mainly on the savagery of goblins and the horrid things they do to low-ranking adventurers, letting the audience sympathize with them and understanding why Goblin Slayer's main goal is eliminating goblins. It starts off with a group of newbies accepting a goblin extermination quest and getting destroyed in a goblin cave. An epic entrance by our main characters slaying goblins one by one, saving a beginner priest who ends up following him as a party member. Later, with the addition of an elf, dwarf, and lizard man, Goblin Slayer sets off on a journey to eliminate goblins on a larger scale. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.